Hey guys, this week in our series on successful addiction recovery plans, we have so far discussed the power of expectation and transforming our lifestyle. Today we look at step 3, anticipating triggers and high-risk situations. When we first quit an addictive substance or behaviour, we are vulnerable to triggers which, together with the cravings, can easily cause us to slip up in our attempt to change how we live. So what can we do? Well, be prepared, of course. And today we will look at how we can do just that, giving ourselves the best possible opportunity to be successful in quitting. So what are your triggers? What do they look like? Is it certain times of the day, maybe? Certain places or environments, certain people? Think carefully about this, as you will need to avoid or at least minimize your exposure to these at the beginning anyway. I find it best to do what is called a pattern interrupt. Basically, you change up your routine, replace the usual addictive activity with a new healthy one. If, for example, you have a tendency to indulge in this behavior each day after work, then go for a walk, meet a friend, or go to the gym, ride a bike, whatever. Just interrupt that usual pattern. If, for example, you give in to the temptation each time you socialize with a certain person or group, then you will need to avoid them. Same with certain places. Don't go there for now. But what if it's your emotional state that causes you to keep going back to that crutch? This is very common, especially with anxiety, worry, feeling insecure, unappreciated, or maybe unloved. And this goes back to what I said yesterday regarding our essential emotional needs and the importance of getting them met. For now, you need to at least lower your emotional arousal so that you remain calm and can consider your options rationally. You are then in a position to utilize the power of expectation to your advantage. That is, focusing on the positives of not giving in to temptation, whilst also reminding yourself of the negative consequences if you do relapse. This takes practice, so it's important to try to avoid these situations, at least in the beginning. And the cravings, for a while, possibly quite a while in the case of alcohol and drugs, your body's autonomic nervous system will be out of balance. So there will be chemical releases happening that may cause you to have cravings. Then there are the associations your subconscious has made over time to certain things, such as having a cigarette each time you have a coffee, or, if you're a smoker, or having a few drinks after work, if you're a drinker, etc. So we need to break that connection. That is not who you are. It is simply a habit that was formed through association. So we need to be alert to these associations that can quickly trigger a craving, or worse, cause you to light up before you even realize it. Once we are alerted to the desire, which is in itself an expectation, we need to step up and challenge it. Again, we do this by utilizing that same power of expectation against the temptation. Again, we remind ourselves of the negative impacts that this addiction has had on us, our health, our relationships. And again, we visualize that new, healthy, happy you, enjoying life without needing that crutch. Difficult in the beginning, so practice as often as you can. I have clients, for example, work on this with self-hypnosis audio recordings to listen to as often as they need. If you are not yet in the program, you can instead do a form of meditation or simply some quiet time each morning before you start the day, when you just close your eyes and visualize successfully going through your day without being triggered, watching yourself easily saying no to temptation. as you remind yourself again of the negatives of addiction and the positives of your new clean way of living. So there you go. A brief summary of what a successful addiction recovery plan looks like. Obviously, there is a lot more to it, but these are the foundations. 1, the power of expectation and using it to our advantage. 2, transforming our lifestyle for the better by getting both our physical needs and essential emotional needs met. And 3, anticipating triggers and high-risk situations so that we have a strategy in place to avoid relapse. If you or anyone you know needs help with developing an addiction recovery plan, then just reach out. Also, if you could share this with anyone that could benefit, then please do. Cheers. Till next time, and have a great weekend.